That's about a 2-hour drive from here in Tucson. Troy, good to have you with us. And let me ask you this. Knowing this area as you do, having heard what Harvey Levin was saying about the radius, do you think, is your gut that Nancy Guthrie, wherever she is closer to Tucson than that huge radius we've been talking about? What's your gut here, Troy?
Yeah, it's actually hard to say, but I would say that my gut says that she could possibly, be in Mexico. She could possibly be in a neighboring state. But it is an interesting theory that Harvey put out, and it makes a lot of sense. But you just don't know. And I say there's just so many tentacles and to this investigation.
And Troy, I want to listen briefly to Sheriff Nanos. It was on NBC earlier today, and he appeared to get pretty emotional talking about this case. Here's the sheriff.
What gives you hope that Nancy is still out there?
Wow. You have to have hope. You have to have hope. Come on, this is somebody's mom. We're going to find her.
So, Troy, you guys are trained professionals, obviously, but how tough is it dealing with a situation like this on an emotional level for the guys who have to do the investigating?
Yeah, we're human beings, and we have families and we have emotions, and it really takes a toll. And that sheriff and his crew have been working pretty much night and day, minimal sleep, high amount of stress, and it just takes a toll. And then to hear, the family talk, and it's sad about a vulnerable elderly woman that was just a great person. So yeah, it takes a definitive toll on law enforcement.
Yeah, and you listen to the sheriff over the last few days. There's been a lot of Monday morning quarterbacking, obviously, in the media, which he acknowledged. But he does strike me as a very good person who is obviously personally invested in this and upset by it, as anybody would be. I want to talk to you a little bit as an investigator, Troy, about the fact that the sheriff will not say definitively now whether it was Annie Guthrie or Annie's husband, Tommaso, who dropped Nancy Guthrie off at her home after the family dinner on Saturday. We saw yesterday investigators going door to door in the neighborhood of Annie Guthrie's home. Is there any significance to that, or is that just dotting the I's, crossing the T's in your view?
I think that's dotting the I's and crossing the T's. Both of those individuals will have been thoroughly interviewed, and investigators would have opined on their truthfulness. That's just part of the investigation. It's part of doing business for law enforcement. So you can't grab on hunches, but sometimes family is involved, unfortunately, in these events. But it's hard to say at this point. And it looks like, to me, they're very genuine, and they're genuinely trying to get their mother back. So, that will continue to unravel, and there's a team of experts analyzing that.
Troy Hillman, retired from the Phoenix Police Department. Great to have your expertise this afternoon, Troy.